Okay, maybe another thing that we can do is to try to solve this task with another interesting piece of software that I've recently found. And this other interesting piece of software is called Lcapy. And so let me go back to the basic thing here. It's a Python package, and it's a Python package for linear symbolic circuit analysis. And there's some already quite complex example given here. And there are some tutorials. There's also some circuit analysis for novices with an example that looks more familiar to what we have right now. As you can see, there's also an example for DC voltage divider, for some AC voltage divider, what we will do later on. So maybe this tutorial is quite nice. I will maybe go back to this in a second. And I think there are also more tutorials. And there is something on basic circuit theory that I think it's the same problem. It's the same analysis. And there's a very simple circuit, and now let's try to adapt this to the more complex circuit that we have. And for this purpose, I need to have Python, and I will maybe try to open up a similar script. So this would be like the command line, like what I've done in Octave, and this is like an editor. So I will just copy from here. And this does nothing else than importing this library as, from this library import all the tools that we need to have for circuit analysis. Okay, and then as you can see, we can set up some circuit that is called A in this case. Maybe I will call this task 18, and it's some empty, I will have some empty circuit first. And if I run this, I think I need to save it somewhere. And it will, I don't know, I will just save it on my desktop as task 18. Okay, and then it will hopefully somehow run. My computer is a bit slow. It says it's not responding. Okay, and then it says, and this will also happen in your case if you have Python installed on your computer, that it will say, okay, I don't know about this Lcapy module, right? So we need to install this, and there is certainly some help for this, and under Windows we just use it or install it using pip. So hopefully this is all properly configured on my computer. So I will open up a command line prompt and just copy this line into my command line. And I really probably need to invest some time into installing my new computer that I already have in my office because this one, it's just playing tricks on me. So have I copied this? Okay. So this way I should be able to download and install this module into my Python environment. And I should be online. Okay, and while it's installing, and there it is installing. Okay, so while it's installing, let's go back to my editor here. And let's go back to the tutorial that we just had a look at. So now we somehow need to add components to our circuit. And what happens here is a bit of the same thing that LTspice does. It's somehow numbering these nodes. So we have a reference node 0, and we name and label all the other nodes. And I will just add this to my schematic here and use maybe red as a color. So let's call this node 0, let's call this node 1, node 2, and this node here would be, for example, node 3. So let's see how far the installation has gone. Still doing something. Okay, so for the circuit now I need to add components, and I would at first add the source, between which nodes this source is connected. Between 1 and 0, and it has 100 volts. So, and then I do the same stuff for the resistors. So I have a first resistor that is connected between which nodes? 1 and 2, and has 30 ohm. And then I have another resistor that is connected between, as we can see, 2 and 0, which has 210. And then I have, and I should label this, where's my mouse? I should label this R2 and this R3. R3, as we can see, is connected between 2 and 3. And has also 30 ohm. And the last resistor is between nodes 3 and node 0 and has 75 ohm. Okay. So let's see what the simulation does. The simulation is finished. And so I can try once again if this works, if I can import this module. I think now it's working. No error message anymore, but it takes some time until it's imported. Why is the noise gone in the room? There's already because it was doing some noise before. Okay. My computer is really slow in loading this package. Shouldn't be that large. Now it's finished. Okay. And so now we can say for task 18 we will create such a circuit thing. And now, of course, all the other commands here are wrong because this should be task 18. And let's see what it does. So the task 18 is an empty circuit, and there is some add function where I can add components. So if I just try this out, it's looking good, and inside my task 80 now I have this source that is between node 1 and node 0 with 100 ohm. So let's run this whole module and see what it does. And it's restarting. I think it's importing, unfortunately, this once again, but it should be in the memory now, and I have some mistake here that this should be R4. Okay, and then I should have the whole circuit in the memory of this program. So if we check task 18, this is the circuit. A source and 4 resistors. And now this Lcapy works in a way, if I go back to the tutorial, that this is the circuit, these are the components, and they have properties. So in our circuit, we could ask for any resistor, what is the resistance, for example, or what is the voltage across this resistor. So in our task 18 circuit, For the first resistor, I could ask for the voltage. Do you remember the value of the voltage? We can check our, yeah, it was 30. We can check the solution from before. So this was 30 volts. Also, I think something that we calculated here at the bottom. So it's calculating 30. If we want to know the current, we use I. Do you remember the current through the first resistor, which was the total current through this circuit? Yeah. 1 ampere, and we get 1 ampere. So it's working. And of course, if we take the product of current and voltage, we get the power. And so now we could do it for the second resistor as well. And the second resistor. Oh, and then we get this. We get 70 divided by 3. Which is, if you calculate it, 70 divided by 3 is 20.3. This was also the power that we got here for the second power. The problem is, and this is a very nice example once again of, not really garbage in, garbage out, but all these programs are functioning in a little different way. And so this Lcapy program here for circuit analysis is more a symbolic toolbox. So it will rather give you a fraction instead of some decimal fraction, or instead of some floating point value. So to get this back into a number, is any one of you familiar with Python? No, nobody? Why not?
We tried it just.
You tried it for which module?
An introduction to computer science.
For an introduction to computer science. Okay. Introduction, yeah. Yeah, Python. To be honest, I also like Octave and MATLAB more than Python. Yes. Python can sometimes be a little harder and the documentation is maybe not that good, but I mean, therefore it's a free piece of software. So, but Octave is the same. So this gave us this strange result. And then if we say we want to evaluate this as a floating point with 4 digits of precision, then we get something like this. And now we could put this into or convert this from a number to a string. This works, I think, with str. So then it will look similar, except for that it's not a number anymore, but a string. And then if we print this string, then it would just print this to the output. So we could copy this, paste it into our nice script that we have somewhere over here, and do this for the first, the second, the third, and the fourth resistor. And then we also have a very nice compact solution that, if we go back to our initial task and exercise booklet, we have this nice circuit. We have one source, we have 4 resistors. And the question is, which resistor is the one with the highest power loss and how large is it? And so if we take this script, if I save it, run it once again, it should output the 4 powers. And maybe, V is not defined. Why is V not defined? Because I mistakenly have a dot there. Yeah, and of course, maybe we could also do something like power 1 plus this string. Then we get maybe a bit of a more meaningful output. Let's copy this 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, and just change the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and save and run it once again. And yeah, and maybe some space would be nice. So let's run and save once again. So, but then to solve this task, this small Python program based on this Lcapy module or library will do the work and will calculate that with this script, the 4 powers which are output here. And as we've discussed before, the largest power is dissipated in this 4th resistor. So this would also be a nice way, in addition to doing the calculation by hand, on how to solve such a problem, how to solve such a task. And of course, the advantage is with this one here that it would even work for way more complicated circuits than the ones that you can solve by hand. Remember the nice problem that you maybe discussed, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago with this cube, yeah, to calculate the equivalent resistance. And this can be very, it gave you nightmares, yeah. And this can be very challenging by hand to do this calculation. But here the nodes are already numbered, so it's fairly easy to put this, for example, in a software like LTspice, or to write a script like this in this Lcapy. The problem is, if you don't know how the LTspice works, you cannot trust the result. If you don't know how this works, you cannot trust the result. So you need to have easy examples that you can solve and understand by hand, that you can solve and understand in the circuit simulator, and then you can do the comparison, and then you can trust your result.